YouTube! Welcome back to the FeralPlanter. Let's get into the show.
Warning, this channel is intended for educational and informational purposes only. Nothing displayed, discussed, or shared here is ever for sale, nor do I condone or encourage the use of illegal substances or drugs. Please ensure that any activities you engage in comply with the laws and regulations in your area. This channel is intended for adults, 18 and up. Thank you for watching responsibly. Now let's get into it.
Welcome back to the FeralPlanter. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. We're gonna jump right into it. This girl, the James Loud Milk Bubbles. She's almost at the net. Now these lowers got a little ways to go still, but she's almost there. She's filled out nicely. She's about as wide as the 5-gallon pot. I think we're gonna get some nice buds off of this girl. She is really showing off. I think I'll maybe even leave her like this. So I got a chance to work the taller stuff towards the back. I'm so stoked with this girl. But she needs a watering. I got my solution. I already mixed it up. We're at about 6.6 today. 6.7, somewhere in there. She was bouncing back and forth a little bit. Let's look at our auto girl. Look at that node. It's crazy how much this node is stretched, and this one was like, oh, I'm just chilling. It's crazy. This girl needs some water too. Gonna go ahead and water them both. Make sure they're eating. Make sure they keep chugging right along. Looks like I got a little bit of tucking I can do with some of these. Maybe I'll just try to LST. Maybe I'll put some clips here. Get those trained out. Get it a little more even. Because even though this girl, I bent her a little aggressive and she's kind of holding that, she won't stay like that. She'll spring right back up within 20 minutes. But, you know what to do. We're just gonna go ahead and water. Now, my watering schedule seems to be with these girls about every 2 or 3 days. I just try to keep that pH in check. We're using Grow Dots and Recharge, so they say you don't even really have to check pH with that, but I learned from my last autoflower that I absolutely have to run pH water. I just do. I was getting some lockout with my last girl that I did, all because I wasn't, I followed what the manufacturer said and didn't pH my water. If your water pH is sitting normally around like a 7, yeah, you probably don't have to pH your water. Unfortunately, mine was a bit higher than that, around 8. So even with microbials or whatever trying to regulate the pH, we were still too high. We were definitely locked out of nitrogen, and that was just not fun to deal with. I had to course correct real fast, and I've been pHing my water ever since. And I mean, as you can see, these girls, these girls are bright green, lush. You see that light green on the new growth? But like even down here, if something was happening, You'd see it down here. Really nothing. I mean, on this one, there's a little bit of, showing a little bit of something. It's really hard to pick that up on camera. But like, I don't even consider that enough to really worry about. Like, I just put that on my radar. I say, all right, the girl's showing me something. And I make some adjustments. But like, even the stems are nice, vibrant green, no purple stripes. Now, the purple stripes can be genetic, but it's also a telltale for deficiencies. Now, I'm not going to go spewing what deficiencies it's a telltale for, because right off the top of my head, I don't remember. But there's a lot of signs that the plant will show you quite early on that if you can make the proper adjustments, you can really see some explosive growth with these girls. Now, I have turned my light intensity down. I was rolling at about 50 or 60%. Well, for the next little bit, next couple days, I turned that down to about 30% because I really want these girls to stretch. I want them to get a little taller off the pot, honestly. We're just gonna go ahead and give the auto girl her first like real heavy watering. And we'll check on them tomorrow. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, as always. We'll get you in here tomorrow and get a little peek. Take care. Welcome back. Happy Father's Day to those that are fathers. I myself am also dad. So I feel like it's important to recognize the power of the father. So, hope everyone enjoys their Father's Day. It'll be well past Father's Day by the time this gets to y'all. But let's get right into it. We got the orange panda. She getting a nice good stretch. Makes me think she's starting to go into flower, which is totally a-okay with me. I actually took the tie down off. Everything kind of got tall enough to start bushing. So that's cool. Excited to see what she'll do. It's always fun to have some different flavors in rotation, right? But the main reason we're here at the FeralPlanter, at least for this season, is this girl, James Loud Milk Bubbles. Well, she's hitting the net. We're getting ready to be able to start working her. A couple more days left. We're gonna flip her to flower, and then we'll really be able to get her stretched out. She's looking so freaking nice. I haven't done a stem rub in a minute, so see if we can pick up any scent. Kind of grape-ish. Grape fuel. I'm excited. Just gonna keep tucking, keeping those nodes nice and exposed. That's the goal, right? Keep them exposed. I might push the net down a little bit more, because she's basically there. It's awesome. But we'll check tomorrow and see if we think she'll need the net pushed down. I'm just gonna let her keep stretching up into it. See, her bud clips are doing their thing. They're kind of all spread out. She's kind of adjusted to them. Spin. You're gonna get a face full of leaf right here, but it'll change in a second. Now we just topped her the once and sort of mainlined her. I just kept all the internode stuff too, and then topped again. And we've just been tucking and plucking and training and bobbing and weaving and doing all the things that, you know, you're supposed to do. And just start getting this girl out towards the net here. And she's gonna be crazy big. She's gonna be crazy big. I hope. In this little tent, that'd be awesome. But we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Probably be due for a watering at least here maybe. But we'll check all that tomorrow. Thanks for hanging with me. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back. What's going on, guys? In one of my recent videos, I had somebody in the comments ask about the watering wand that I'm using. Now, on Instagram I kind of went over it a little bit, but it's really simple. It's this Dobe Fivsy. Got it on Amazon. I think it was like $25 or $30. It's USB-C rechargeable. The hose just connects right into the bottom of it here. It's got, you know, your on off, and it's 3 speeds. If you've got a bigger garden, it's got this, oh, dripping here. I can't remember which one it is. Give me 1 second. I think that was the right one. Yeah, it's got this, like, comes off as like an extension that, you know, this would slide down, and because obviously that's not gonna work. But it has this extension. I'm in a 2x4, so I don't really need it extended, but it's yeah, this thing's pretty sweet. It's definitely paid for itself for sure. It's got a really, I'll see, I'm moving on a tripod for the first time here. As you see, it's got this really nice long cord, and then it's just got like a little filter at the end. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Mine's a little stained from the recharge that we've been using with the Grow Dots, but that's all good. But that's what I use as a watering wand. We'll be using this in the 4x4 or the 3x3. I have to take some more measurements to find out if we can fit a 4x4, but I think we can. So this tent, the 2x4x5, will become our veg tent. And either a 3x3 or a 4x4 will be our flower tent. Now, I say veg tent, but in my mind, it's really gonna just hold genetics that I want to keep around, or start seeds for the next round, you know, right before, you know, harvest of the 4x4. So then we can finish vegging in that tent, let them come in and fill in a trellis net, and then flip them to flower and start a little mini perpetual grow. That's the goal. The goal is a perpetual cycle of harvests. And now that I'm figuring this light out and getting her dialed in, I've gotten these plants to stretch a little bit more. So I think I was hitting them with a little too much PPFD right off the rip, and was forcing them to stay a lot more short and compact. Last couple days I can't raise the light anymore because we're basically at the top of the tent. Connor, if you're watching, if we can make these holes just a little bit bigger so we can omit using this wire hanger if we don't need it, that would be awesome. But I do like this hanger. I do like this hanger. I don't want it twisted here. But by lowering the percentage that light was on, I was able to really crank down the power and get these girls to really stretch over the last couple of days. I feel like I think I was running it at about 60%, when I think I'm at about 35 to 40%. And I've noticed considerable stretch, especially in this girl. And I think that'll help us avoid the problem that I had with my last autoflower. Is the girl, she was so tight and compact that some of the inner and lower buds just were nothing and just went right to the hash pile. But slowly figuring out the Gambit gear firsthand. I'm so stoked to have this light. I feel like since I've put the light in here, the plants have just done nothing but level up. And I can't wait to level myself up and get a whole kit and do another huge unboxing video showing the quality of the Gambit gear, because it's insane. It's insane. But we'll catch you guys tomorrow. I just wanted to get in here really and go over that comment that I got about the watering wand and just make sure I got that out of the way so I couldn't possibly get all stony and forget. Much love. I'll see y'all in the next clip. Would you just look at it? Look at her. Look at this stretch she got going on now. She said, I'll put on the legs. Here you go. See, she's lifted herself kind of back up. That's all right. Get her reaching. She was incredibly happy. Let's check our watering situation. That'd be saying wet. And if we just scratch through the surface, I think all the way at the bottom it might be wet, but there's definitely some dry areas close to the bottom. So we're gonna water today. I think it's been like 2 days. We'll mix up a solution. We're gonna dump the rest of the recharge of my old packet that I had from the last run. We're gonna go ahead and dump that in the water. Dang, she put her legs on. She might be stretching. I don't see any pre-flowers yet. Maybe one or two up here. Yeah, like right there. Maybe. I'd have to pull her out to really get a good look, but we're just gonna keep this girl coming out this way to fill up. Like I said, these, at least hopefully we can get her to get into these 2 rows here while we take this girl who has jungled her way towards the top. And as she continues to stretch, we're gonna just keep pulling her out and pulling her out and pulling her out. Tucking these leaves, exposing nodes, same thing we've been doing the whole time. Same thing. Looks like we had one of our clips pop off. I'll have to find where that guy came from and maybe get him back on. Maybe not. She's crushing it. We're gonna mix up a solution here. Dechlorinated tap water. with recharge, and we're gonna pH to about 6.5 per usual. Catch y'all in a second when I got my mix made up. Alright guys, so I got you up on the tripod. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If I need to go in and boost the audio in the clip, I will do that. But again, we're just using the water wand. We got our water here. It's just dechlorinated tap. This batch I added recharge. Recharge by Real Growers. Works with all nutrients. So it's just a beneficial compost tea, but it's instantaneous. Check it out. We're using this in conjunction with their Grow Dots. And I mean, you can see for yourself, it grows really nice, healthy plants. I haven't come into any deficiencies. Like I said before, the only thing that they say is like you shouldn't have to pH. Unfortunately, I did. And that's my experience with it. So now I just pH every watering, and man, the plants are really just on cruise control. We just get in with our wand. Wand makes it really nice and easy. Let's get into these pots. And water everywhere. Doesn't come out like a ridiculously high pressure. It's just nice and steady. It doesn't overload the pot. It doesn't flood the pots. Well, unless I spray over myself. They're both the same. Now the Milk Bubbles got about a full packet worth of Grow Dots, and the Auto has about 3/4 of a packet worth of Grow Dots. Now, once the Grow Dots are gone, we'll be on a new series technically at that point, because we followed these girls for quite some time. And we'll follow them out to the end. And at the very end, once everything's dried and cured proper, I'm gonna do a little throwback to the person who taught me pretty much everything I know, Mr. Tight. If you used to watch him on YouTube back in the day, say what's up. We're gonna do a homegrown report where we smoke and test and do a little trial of all our efforts. We'll go over my notes in my notebook. If you don't know, I keep physical notes too. I keep physical notes on everything that I do. So it's good practice to have. Eventually, I won't be using a notebook. I'll be using like a big calendar. But it's definitely good to write things down and to know what you're doing all the time. It's impossible for us to remember every little thing that we do. So for these girls with the Grow Dots, there's not really too much to write because it's just water. Just give them, pH through water. So I write down the date, when I water, I don't even write how much I water because I check before, and then I try to fill the pots. Like I said previously, it seems to be about every 2 to 3 days I'm coming through and watering these girls. And I've been watering them heavy, so they're good drinkers for sure. And it sure shows by how fast they've been growing. Even on this episode alone, it's just wild, the growth. Absolutely wild. But I'm going to water here until I see just a tiniest bit of runoff. With the Grow Dots, you don't really want to water to run off because it's kind of wasting. But I want to make sure that we're getting nice movement all the way down through the soil to the bottom of the pot, because watering from the top actually acts like a siphon. So when you're watering from the top, you're actually pulling air into these pots. Just with, I guess it would be suction from the density of the medium. So as the water trickles down, it's also subsequently pulling down oxygen. It's also going through my pump, which is oxygenating the water as well. Oh, we're getting to the end of the bucket. That's what I wanted. I wanted to use this stuff up. But that's really all I got for you guys today. I'm going to go ahead and get this one out to y'all. I think it's going to be about 15 to 20 minutes or so. This will be a week of incredible growth for sure. Absolutely stunning over the last couple of days how fast she's just taken off. And tomorrow, the next episode, we will be starting flower. I'm super excited for that. Super excited for that. So if you guys like these videos, like, comment, subscribe. It's free, of course. If you really like it and you're a super homie, share it with your Grow Me friends. I kind of enjoy putting these out for you guys, just a little documentation of what I'm doing. I never thought that I would have anyone that wanted to watch my plant stuff. I'm weird and goofy and do things a little unorthodox, but I try to do things with purpose as well. And I hope you guys see that and that you guys enjoy the content that I'm putting out, because I do enjoy making it for you guys, as well as making it for myself to remember what I've done and to look back on when I learn other techniques and things of that nature. But I'm going to get this one out to you guys, hopefully in a couple hours. So if you liked it, you know what to do. Thanks for hanging out with us. Much love. Keep growing. Peace.